Everybody loves a side hustle, so today I'm here to give you a mega-sized video of over 2 hours, step-by-step tutorials on side hustles that will make you money in 2024 and beyond.
If you're somebody who's always been a great note taker and just good at school in general, then this next side hustle could potentially make you up to $5,000 or more per month. Studypool is a site where you can upload documents such as past notes that you've taken and sell them to tens of millions of students. And getting started is easy. Simply go to studypool.com, tap on this small icon at the top right of your phone screen, tap on Sell Docs, and then tap on the button that says Start Selling Documents Now. And you can see for yourself that top contributors are earning tens of thousands of dollars just for posting their notes on this website. And the way it works is every single time somebody views a document that you upload to the site, you'll get paid $10 for each view. And with tens of millions of active users on this website, that can start adding up really fast. You know, I was never good in school, but earning $5,000 per month as a side hustle is an A+. I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. Now, I know that a lot of you enjoy watching YouTube. I mean, you're watching it right now. But behind the scenes of all the different videos that you watch are many different moving parts. And one of the most important parts of any video, believe it or not, is the thumbnail. And the thumbnail is the image that you tap on when you see a video that you want to watch. And a lot of YouTubers will actually outsource their thumbnail creation to other people. And because the thumbnail is such an important part of the video, YouTubers are typically willing to pay a lot more for the service. And this right here, folks, is exactly where you come in. You'll use sites like Fiverr and Upwork to find YouTubers who need custom thumbnails. You can do this by either posting gigs on Fiverr and having YouTubers come to you, or you can actively search for YouTubers who may have posted jobs on Upwork looking for a thumbnail designer. And you can also post gigs on Upwork's project catalog. And then once you actually start getting your first clients, you'll use the Canva mobile app to create the thumbnails using pre-made templates and then add your own unique touch to them. Many people have made full-time careers out of doing this, but even if you only wanted to do it as a side hustle, you can expect to earn around $1,100 or more per week just doing it part-time once you've built up a good pipeline of clients. But once you do, it's going to be a good amount of cash in your pocket. I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
Now, if you're gonna say, well, Laura, I have no skill. I don't like to use my hands. I am more of an artistic person. Well, I have got you covered, because this next one is also super easy, because basically your smartphone gallery can become a nice potential for earnings for you as well, because with these 2 apps, you are able to turn your digital snapshots into digital cash. These platforms obviously are about selling your photos, and the whole point of these platforms is that they look for organic, authentic, natural, regular videos and pictures. So from that perfect cup of coffee to a spontaneous, I don't know, dance in the rain, those are the kind of photos that you can sell on these platforms. And you might be surprised to see your photos being used on websites, in marketing campaigns, or in ads. All right, so here I am talking about 2 apps specifically. One is called FOAP, F-O-A-P, and the other one is called IM. I as in I and EM, not IM. And while FOAP doesn't specifically mention how much you can make by selling photos there, on IM you can tell that a photo gets sold between $279 to $314, and you make upwards of 50% of that. So regardless of whether you are a professional photographer or if you are just passionate about taking snapshots of everyday life, that could be a really great idea for you to basically use your phone to make more money.
Next on the list, we're going to talk about market research. Now, there's a bunch of different apps out there that you can do this with, but basically what you're going to be doing is you are going to be asked questions, and in some cases you're going to be sent a survey, or you might have to fill out a questionnaire, or in some cases you'll actually make a quick video where you'll answer questions or give a review. Now, this is another one where you have a distinct advantage if you are somebody who simply lives in a first world English speaking country, because that is typically the type of person that these marketers are trying to sell to. And when we were scraping the internet, this was actually one of the most popular methods for making a little bit of extra money on the side on subreddits like Beer Money. And companies will typically pay out something like $15 to $20 for a little bit of your time. Sometimes they'll even give you like a gift card to Amazon. So this is one where you can definitely make money from it. It's not a scam. You'll probably end up making more than minimum wage per hour if you do it. And it's something that you can just do every once in a while. But with that being said, you're not going to be learning that much. It's not really scalable, and it's not something you can consistently rely on to make extra money. So for those reasons, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 money score. Appen is going to be next on the list. And this is one that gives gives people tasks such as using social media in order to improve social media algorithms. And this could include, but is not limited to, annotating data, labeling images, analyzing sentiment, transcribing surveys, etc. And these tasks might take 30 seconds all the way up to an hour, and they'll pay you somewhere between 1 cent to $20 per hour. Now, this is another one, you can do it straight from your phone. It's one of the most popular ones on Beer Money, as well as other side hustle related subreddits and forums. You're probably not going to be able to make a full-time income from this, but if you combine this one with some of the other apps on the list, you probably could. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 money score.
Become an expert with companies like Just Answer. So if you're an expert in a certain field, this is the kind of job that can pay anywhere from $2,000 to $7,000 per month according to Just Answer's website. And let me explain how it works really quick. So Just Answer essentially connects people who are willing to pay for advice and answers. So it's currently hiring experts in over a dozen fields, including home improvement, appraisals, automotives, IT, engineering, finance, law, medicine, pets, and wellness. So in other words, Just Answer is looking for experts in very niche fields, fields you would probably need some credentials in or some work experience or degree. And it's connecting them with people who need really niche advice, letting you earn income when you help them out. What's nice about Just Answers is once you sign up and you become an expert on the platform, you choose the hours you work, you choose the different questions you want to answer. So it's not like you're on the clock or you have to check in every day. You can work as much or as little as you want. And what's also nice is you can do this from your laptop, but you can also do it from your smartphone. Submitting an application is also free. You just have to answer some questions about yourself, about your experience, and provide some proof of your experience. And then Just Answer's team is going to take some time to validate that before letting you join the platform. Now in North America, the application process usually takes about a week. Globally, I heard it can take about 2 to 4 weeks. That's also what it says on Just Answer's website. So just keep this in mind. And again, these kind of questions can pay hundreds or thousands of dollars per month if you answer them, especially for very niche things like, dealing with legal issues or tax issues, things like that. But you have to be an expert for this one. So it's not necessarily for everyone.
𝗥𝗲𝗃. 𝗥𝗲𝗃 is an app that pays you to complete small local gigs. All you have to do is download the 𝗥𝗲𝗃 app, and then you'll get what are called gigs sent to you, asking you to complete local tasks. And these can include checking to make sure that the right products are stocked in a certain grocery store near your house, or if there's a marketing event nearby, to make sure it's being run correctly. Now, you're probably not going to make a ton of money doing this. However, you can make some side income, plus explore your neighborhood and your community a little bit more and learn about new places around you that you may not have known existed. As for how much you will get paid, the payouts can range between $3 and $100 per gig depending on the complexity, and they can take anywhere from 5 minutes to a few hours to complete. For ease of starting, I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. For passiveness, it gets a 1 out of 10. And for earning potential, I give this one a 3 out of 10. Side hustle number 8 is restaurant delivery. You can download the DoorDash app onto your phone and sign up to become a delivery driver. You do typically need a car for this, so that is something to take into consideration. And the way it works is that you make a base amount of money per order that you get, but then on top of that, you get to keep 100% of the tips that you get. And if you live in the United States or Canada, you can choose the option to get paid daily. And if you live outside those places, you can check if DoorDash is available in the place that you live. But if not, don't worry at all. There's probably an equivalent delivery service near you that you can still make money with. And if DoorDash isn't available in the place you live, you can also look into places like Uber Eats or Postmates. For ease of starting, I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10, assuming you do have a car. For passiveness, it gets a 1 out of 10. And for earning potential, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Side hustle number 9 is Instacart. Now, Instacart is just like those other delivery services we mentioned, but instead of delivering food from restaurants, you are delivering groceries. For the rankings, it's basically the same as the restaurant delivery apps. Phone side hustle number 10 is Thumbtack. With the Thumbtack app, you can get paid money to complete local jobs. For example, I've hired people on Thumbtack to take pictures for my personal brand, paint my house, and even to get a haircut. If you have any type of skill that you can help people locally with, you can sign up to the Thumbtack app on your phone and start getting clients for it. Now here's my rankings right here for this side hustle. Side hustle number 11 is Ibotta. Now if you go grocery shopping, you could potentially be missing out on a significant amount of money without even realizing it. You can actually download an app called Ibotta and get paid for buying certain things from grocery stores. Now the way that this works is the next time you're about to do a grocery run, all you have to do is download the app and check if your store is on it. Most of the top stores are on it, like Target and Walmart, etc. And then simply scroll through the list of products that it gives you, to see if these are any things that you are going to buy anyway. And oftentimes when I use this app, I find things that I'm going to buy anyway, and then simply add those to your account. And they also routinely give bonus items where you get paid for buying any item as well. Then after your grocery trip, make sure to grab a receipt and you simply scan it with the app and get paid money. Now, I personally have been using this app for the past couple years and I've made exactly $436.17 so far. Now, this isn't going to make you a significant amount of wealth. However, it is extra money that you could be missing out on anyways if you don't do this. And if you're spending money anyways, might as well get some back. For ease of starting, this one gets a 10 out of 10. If you're doing grocery shopping anyways, it doesn't add much to your life to just scan a receipt. For passiveness, it only gets a 4 out of 10. And for earning potential, 2 out of 10. You might not make a ton of money, however, it can add up over time.
It's called Gain. And Gain basically lets you do all kinds of different tasks like watching videos, filling out offers. There's also surveys in there. And again, it's super simple to sign up. All you do is go to Gain, the Gain website. You can see the domain name right there, and they will assign you little tasks to do. Like I said, either watching a video, filling out a survey, or other small tasks, and then they will pay you in Gain coins. And once you have enough coins, you can convert those coins into dollars. And it's a very simple setup. It's basically 1,000 Gain coins equals $1. But don't be discouraged because it's not that hard to get coins. You get a lot of coins for completing little tasks through this app. This is also an international app, so it works all over the world. And again, you probably won't make a full-time income from this, but just to give you an idea of the kind of income you can make, here's a screenshot of some actual money made through Gain. Now, side hustle number 6 is starting a faceless YouTube channel. One of the easiest ways to make money right now on YouTube. I'm surprised more people aren't doing it. You can make a channel that can fully support you and you never even have to show your face on video. And you're probably wondering, how am I gonna run an entire YouTube channel using just my phone? The way it works is first you choose a niche and a category that you know something about. It could be anything like astronomy. Say you're an amateur astronomer and you like looking at the stars. Or let's say you have a backyard chicken coop and you know a lot about raising chickens. Anything like that that's on a topic that people are interested about. And you create a script using something like Google Docs. Then you record a voiceover using your phone's built-in microphone. You just record your voice. So you're gonna write out the script of what you want to say throughout the video, and then you record it onto your phone, and then use a phone editor app called CapCut, and I'll show it right here on my screen, to allow you to add B-roll videos and stock imagery and stock photography and even music you can add with this app until you make a fully fledged video. And it's not that hard to use. Total amateurs that have zero video editing experience can easily use CapCut to create a YouTube video that everybody will want to watch. And the way you make money with this is Google allows you to receive a percentage of the ad revenue. So while your video is playing, Google will show a few ads. People will pay to put those ads up there. You get a percentage of whatever YouTube gets for those ads that are displaying on your video.
This one has to do with also improving your health. So if you are on a journey to take your 10,000 steps every day, then why not use this platform that literally pays you to walk? I mean, really. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. Because basically what this app does is convert your daily movement into currency that can buy you more fitness stuff, not just more motivation. So they don't give you actual money, but they will give you digital coins that you can use to buy gear, to buy gadgets, and obviously improve your health. And here I'm talking about Sweatcoin. They are an app that I actually tried a while back when I did a challenge, and you can definitely earn quite a bit, and it motivates you to keep walking. It incentivizes fitness by paying you to walk. All right, so basically you convert every step into that digital currency that then you can use to buy all sorts of stuff that you might have just paid for with your own money. So I think it's worthwhile, especially if you are, as I said, on that journey to get your 10,000 steps in every day.
By the way, comment down below if you've tried any of these apps or you know some friends who've tried any of these side hustles. I always love to start a conversation down in the comment section below. It's something that we can all learn from, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I definitely want to hear your opinion and we can all learn something from it. Next on the list is one of my absolute favorites, and that is going to be TaskRabbit. Now, I'm not going to give this one a 10 out of 10 for one simple reason, and that is you can't do all of it just from your phone. Now, this is probably the only one on the list where there are literally testimonials on Reddit of people who have made 6 figures in a single year from the app, and I can see why. Basically, what this does is it allows people to hire you for simple tasks that you would do in real life. So this is not something where you can just do the task on your phone typically. So this would include stuff like cleaning, deliveries, minor repairs and maintenance, moving boxes, sometimes painting, etc. Now on TaskRabbit, a lot of the time you're going to be making $35 an hour or even more. And I've actually used TaskRabbit. In fact, I used it the last time I moved. And basically, if I were to hire a moving company, it would have cost me hundreds, if not maybe even $1,000 to do this task that I wanted to, because they have minimums. They require you to hire 2 people at least for at least 1 day, and you have to get a truck, etc., etc. They have all these stipulations and things that you have to do. But the truth is, I don't have that much stuff, and I only really needed one person and to hire them for just a few hours. So that's exactly what I did with TaskRabbit. So I hired this guy. It started off at about $35 an hour, but I ended up tipping him and he made $50 an hour, plus he got a free lunch. I hired him for like 4 or 5 hours and I ended up paying him like $200 to $300. So this is a phenomenal way to make extra money. If you really want to make your time count and if you have extra time, this one is great. The only reason I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because of the fact that yes, you are going to have to go places and actually do things. So it's not just like, mindlessly scrolling on your phone like some of these other apps where you can actually make money if you're just bored, in the bathroom or something. So for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. But if you don't mind going places, this one is a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love TaskRabbit.
It's a new one, it's super exciting, it has massive income potential, and it's to start an AI YouTube channel. And so I wanted to start the idea with this video because for one, it has viral potential, it can generate a full-time income, and thanks to AI tools, it's now possible to run an entire YouTube channel from your phone and you don't even have to show your face. And so these faceless YouTube channels are all the rage these days, and here's how it works in a nutshell. You can get started with your phone and basically download viral clips from things like podcasts or sporting events or current news going on in the world. You can then use tools like Opus Clips to transform that long-form video content into higher quality shorts that are designed to go viral. Now, I've been testing out Opus Clips myself on this channel and it's super cool. It basically cuts long-form content into a bunch of shorts, automatically adds captions, emojis, and it also assigns a viral score to the clip so you can know which ones you should post. And so right off of the bat, this is an example of how you can kind of start a niche YouTube Shorts channel or a niche YouTube channel without showing your face and just get some viral clips to get some easy views. You can also do it a bit more manually. You can download some stock footage clips from websites like Pexels or other libraries and then create videos about a certain niche topic. And again, you can get started with your phone. You can basically just record voiceovers on your phone using the built-in microphone. You don't need to spend money there. You can also edit videos right on your phone as well these days. I mean, tools like InVideo are super simple to use. It has a nice mobile app that makes editing videos really easy. You can also use its website version. It has some very cool AI text-to-video prompts so you can create entire videos and scripts with just a few prompts. So really all of these tools and ideas are how you could potentially start an AI YouTube channel without showing your face and just by using your phone and the different AI tools that are out there. And I found some cool channels out there making thousands of dollars per month in AdSense revenue alone just from these kind of viral short channels or AI faceless YouTube channels. So again, you can get your channel started with just your phone and some of the AI tools out there. You can use shorts to get your channel off of the ground. You can shift into long form content later. I think this business idea has massive potential. There's lots of cool niches to explore, so I wanted to start the video with this idea. All right, and the second phone job you can use to potentially make a full-time income is to get into UGC or user-generated content. So UGC content is the kind of content you see when you look online and you see product reviews or you see influencers or people online making videos about different products that they use in their everyday life. This kind of UGC stuff is super popular on Instagram and TikTok, and it's also very popular for marketers. In fact, statistics show that 79% of people say UGC highly impacts their purchasing decisions. And so because of this, brands are willing to pour a lot of money into getting UGC content for their new products or services. And this is where you can step in as the creator and make a lot of money just with your phone. All you need to do is sign up for the many UGC marketplaces that are out there, list the services you offer, maybe list a little bit of a portfolio, and then brands can contact you to create content for them and you get paid. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁 is just one example. It's a massive UGC marketplace. It works with over 30,000 brands and has thousands of UGC creators on its marketplace. It's free to sign up for, and it really lends itself well to plenty of niches. I mean, home, travel, food, beauty, fitness, finance, you can find all kinds of niches to make content for as a UGC creator. These platforms also handle everything. I mean, the brands contact you through them, you get paid through them, so you don't have to go out doing cold calling or cold emailing to try and find clients. What's nice about 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁 is it also lets you list your services right on its marketplace, but also through Instagram, TikTok, Amazon, YouTube, and Twitch. So it's great if you have a social following somewhere right now. And again, this is just one example. You can Google a list of the top UGC marketplaces. There are so many of them, and I mean, people are making full-time income right now recording product videos for TikTok or Instagram or for brands on their phone. So definitely get in on the action if this sounds interesting to you.
You need a side hustle that is so little work to maintain, it's almost passive income. For that, you can try selling an online course. It's a series of structured, pre-recorded video lessons. And once you've made yours, you can sell it a million times over. Most courses go for $300 to $500, but ones that teach high-value skills can get up into the thousands. They can be on virtually any topic. So just like coaching, think about what skills you've learned, whether in work or outside it, that you could teach to someone else. It could be anything from copywriting to playing guitar. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁, a YouTuber who teaches marketing, sells his course for about $400, but he's already got a following. So if you're new, how do you stand out from the competition and get your course seen? Well, Laura Fox-Wallace, a high school art teacher, got her first sale just 10 days after making her first course on Kajabi. She teaches people how to paint silk. Pretty niche, right? That's why it is so good. Her advice is this: know your audience down to a T. When you know who you're targeting, you can make something really unique just for that person. For Laura, anyone interested in painting silk will love her course. So, once you have your idea, break it down into modules and then lessons, and write a video script for each one. You don't need any fancy equipment to film it. Your smartphone and some natural light will work perfectly. But what if your audience doesn't have the cash for a $300 course? You could sell an ebook instead. They have some big advantages that balance out the lower price tag. Ebooks are shorter than normal books, usually 50 to 100 pages long. And these days, you can get AI to do a lot of that work for you. Try using ChatGPT to brainstorm topic ideas, structure your chapters, and maybe even write a first draft. For instance, you can ask it to generate a list of chapters for a book on digital marketing, and that's going to give you an outline for each one. Now, an ebook typically goes for $5 to $15, so you'll have to sell a lot of copies to make the same amount as you would with a course, right? Well, kind of. See, ebooks are good because they act like a multiplier for anything else you sell. It is so much easier for someone to shell out $10 for a book than $300 for a course. And once someone reads your book, they know all about you and like what you have to say. Now, they're going to be a perfect candidate to buy your course or your coaching package. Just set up an email newsletter on a free program like Substack, and then include a sign-up link in the book so you can contact them later with your other offers. The best place to upload your ebook is Amazon because everyone uses it already. Just sign up for a Kindle Direct Publishing, and their website will help you format everything the right way.
New, fresh, you've never done it before, or you've never amassed more than 5,000 before, and you're gonna do this. I believe if you take that 1 hour when you're commuting and actually search on eBay and search what are clothes worth, what are hammers worth, like what is this hammer worth? Do you reckon how much this hammer will go for?
$20.
Yeah, $7.99, better than zero, especially when you don't have it.
You have two hammers, $14.
Where's the other hammer?
Right there.
Fuck, two hammers, $14. Actually, this hammer might go for $9. But you can easily go search hammer, and you can go then to completed items, sold items, and see what people are doing. The tens of, let's go ask AJ actually. Bro, real quick, how many hours do you think you put in researching eBay sold, like how do we build our education? How many hours, really? What's your
Realistically?
Realistically.
You tweeted thousands, right?
But it's not thousands,
it's not
right?
thousands.
I get excited sometimes.
I would say...
We would get pumped on Friday nights. Let me tell you
do
a
it for like
story.
2 or 3
You're like
hours,
this.
just that.
On Friday nights, me and AJ would literally be on Instant Messenger back in the day, pre-mobile, and And right, pre-mobile.
Yeah, it's
and
Messenger.
2003.
I'm laughing at this. I haven't used this Messenger in a long time.
Yeah, we literally would stay, like, we would have to get up we lived far away. I was in New York, he was in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. I would go and drive, we met at Springfield because you were driving now. Anyway, nonetheless,
like
we'd have to get up
4 hours.
We'd have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to these flea markets and then garage sales. And at midnight, we're like sending each other a link like, wait a minute, marbles are worth a lot of money.
Buttons and jars.
Do you have any video games?
What do you think, Gare?
What's the best you think you can do on it?
40?
Give the ladies 40. I like it. Anyway, take every hour this year to make this 21.
I would say 150 to 300 hours.
Okay, great.
And by the way, it still happens.
And by the way, we only did it on like 15 categories. It's a never-ending game.
Well, because you want to be in a position, if you want to buy mugs, you got to be in a position that when you walk into a garage sale and they have 40 mugs and they're asking $5 a piece, you need to be able to cherry pick 2 of them. So that's why you have to go deep.
Expert. But AJ, the thing that's changed huge. Did AJ have to go?
Right. If you have your phone, you can look it up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $200. Really?
You know, 40 to 200, boys and girls.
All the pieces for 150.
That's how you make $150 in 10 seconds at 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. It's easier. You have a phone on you. You take your phone, you take the eBay app. You can literally scan some items if they have a UPC, but if not, you just search Flintstones mug. You go to completed items. You see how much it's sold for, how often it's sold, understand the supply and demand of the market. And if the person, by the way, mugs are a quarter. They're not $5 at garage sales. They're a quarter, maybe $1, and you're like, I'll give you 50 cents, and if you can make $9, it's also a great hobby. But most of all, here's the punchline. So many of you are trying to build a business, and you're begging for money. You're crippled by not having money. I have a huge community now on social networks, and there are, I don't know how many people wouldn't want to have $20,170 extra in their pocket, and a lot of you have bigger ambitions. I know a lot of you are about to say, oh, this is small, I don't need it, it's taking away time, I could be working on my business. I don't want you to take time away from your business. I don't want you to take time away even from your family. I want you to take your time away from other dumb shit. If you're complaining, if you don't complain and you don't want the $20,170, then do you play Call of Duty, watch fucking every bowl game. But if you're complaining and you're struggling and you're hungry and you can't breathe because you want to win like me, well then do this, because every one of you has a foundation of between $500 and $5,000 worth of junk in your closet, attic, and garage basement right now. Every one of you. It's insane. Even the poorest of us in America have stuff laying around. A jacket you're not wearing anymore. Sneakers that are out of style. Those sneakers go for 19 bucks. I mean, D-Rock, I really need you to spread a bunch of stuff from like the social networks, like screens here while I'm yapping. I want people to see I made 200 bucks today. I made 700 bucks today. I made 38 bucks today. The key is doing your homework. The one thing I want to make sure, I've seen a lot of you post and be successful, but you've sold your product for half the price because you created a buy it now price that is half the price of its worth. This image that I sent D-Rock, completed and sold items. You have to understand that. You have to understand what things sell for, and you have to understand if they sell. The reason completed matters is you can see 58 people didn't sell that, you know, goofy toy, and one person sold it for 18 bucks, and that's why you can't price it at 18 bucks, buy it now, and think it's just gonna sell because the supply and demand is off. It always comes down to the work. This is the most practical, real advice that I've given that actually generates dollars. It is massively important if you want to be successful in life to know and try and learn how to make money.
First things first, you're gonna need licensing and insurance. So you're gonna wanna go to your local city court and get a business license. If you don't know where it is, you can probably just Google it. You can structure this however you want, depending on how serious you are. You may wanna consult a tax professional, like if you're thinking about optimizing it for an S Corp, but generally an LLC is a great business structure for anybody who's looking to get a business started. But once you've taken care of that, the next step is going to be to get insurance. Now, I will say this, if you go locally or if you find a local insurance provider, they will probably be cheaper. Next, let's go ahead and get into the equipment section. However, first things first, if we're starting a pressure washing business, we probably need a pressure washer. So I recommend everybody go out to Lowe's and get your pressure washer for a couple of different reasons. A, they're cheap. B, if you figure you don't want to do this business anymore, you can always return it. Now, if you go through like Amazon to get your pressure washer, it's going to be a little bit harder to return. Lowe's doesn't typically ask any questions. Also, whenever you buy a pressure washer through Lowe's, you can get a warranty. If anything ever happens to that pressure washer within the warranty, I've had this happen before. I'll just bring the pressure washer in and they'll exchange it out for one that they have on the shelf. So that's something that you cannot do on Amazon. So if you're looking to get a pressure washer, you're just starting your business, you don't know if this is necessarily something that you're going to do long term, I would highly recommend just going to Lowe's. You can get a decent pressure washer from about $250 to $500, but you could probably get like the highest end pressure washer that Lowe's sells for about $1,000, maybe a little bit more. So with regards to pressure washers, 2.5 gallon per minute to 4 gallon per minute is going to be best for beginners. I wouldn't go anything lower than 2.5. I know I've seen washers that are like 1.8 or whatever. Those are typically electric washers, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second. But 2.5 to 4 gallon per minute is probably going to be best for you. Also, the range for PSI, anywhere between 2,500 to 4,000 is going to be a good PSI range for you. There's a misconception out there amongst a lot of people, and that is that the higher the PSI, the better the washer is. And ultimately, PSI does not matter because we won't be using pressure in order to clean most of the surfaces that we're going to be cleaning. So the pounds per square inch really doesn't matter. Essentially, if you clean these surfaces the correct way, you can wash them off with a garden hose and they would be good. But just pressure washers are good for things like concrete. However, if we're cleaning like stucco or we're cleaning like vinyl siding, you don't want to be hitting those with 4,000 pounds of pressure. Next, the pressure tips on your washer are going to be what controls the water pressure. This was something that I didn't know for a very long time. I was always curious why they put so many different wash tips, or they gave me so many different wash tips whenever they gave me my pressure washer. The smaller the degree on the tip, the more pressure is going to be produced with that tip. So as soon as you get your pressure washer, take the red tip and go ahead and throw it in the trash can. That is a 0 degree tip and it shoots like a straight line. If you hit somebody's house with a 0 degree tip and a 4,000 PSI pressure washer, you will cause damage. So just go ahead and throw that one away. I would recommend using the white and the yellow ones. Those were the ones that I always use most. They have a good spread on them, but it's not going to be too much pressure. You can also get a thing called a J-rod, which I'm going to talk about here in just a few minutes, but basically that's going to have like a shooter tip, a fan tip. It's going to have pretty much everything that you're going to need, and you can find that at southeastsoftwash.com. Now, I wouldn't recommend going with anything electric with regards to your pressure washer. I mentioned this earlier because it's going to create unnecessary hurdles for yourself with cords, and also it's going to look kind of unprofessional if you're trying to haul around this little pressure washer with cords around somebody's house. Just my opinion, of course. Do whatever you have to do to get started. If all you had was access to, an electric pressure washer, I know plenty of mobile detailers that use electric pressure washers. However, they're not having to haul them around the house. So it is a little bit different. I'm just letting you know that if you do get one, it will be a pain, it will be a little bit unprofessional, and of course water and electricity never mix, so I wouldn't want to create any instances where I could, combine those two, especially at someone else's property. So I don't recommend electric pressure washers. Anything over 4 gallons per minute, as far as what the pressure washer is rated for, you're going to need a water tank. So that's why I recommend Lowe's in the beginning, because if you're needing to put a water tank on, you're going to need a couple of other components that are going to make it more costly, something like a trailer and just some other pieces. So I recommend anything under 4 gallons per minute. Typically, people's spigots are rated from 3 to 4 gallons per minute, and that's why if you use anything over that, you need a higher flow than what the spigot will allow, and essentially your machine is going to need to pull more water than what the spigot will give it. So that's why you need a buffer tank, something that kind of allows you to pull more water as you need it. I love Facebook ads. I'm really good at running them. I'm really good at getting customers from them. I've landed $10,000+ jobs off of Facebook ads, and I've just done really well with those. So learn how to run some good Facebook ads. You're going to get a bunch of customers. Also, you could try flyers. Whenever you're first starting out, you really want to rely on sweat equity over some of the other digital forms of marketing or forms of marketing that are going to cost you money, because what we lack in money early on, we can make up for in effort. So flyers are a good way to go. I used to pass out a neighborhood a day until I'd get jobs, and then I'd do those jobs, and then I'd just hit a neighborhood a day until I got more jobs. And so with flyers, it's about getting in front of them multiple times. It's about using that sweat equity, and it's basically how I started. Another way that you can go is clip flyers, which you put a clip on a flyer and you throw it out the window. I highly don't recommend this because I consider it littering, and I hate anyone who clip flyers in my house or clip flyers. I just don't like it. The other ones you can go with are yard signs. You can use other apps like Craigslist Nextdoor, Let Go, Facebook groups to kind of solicit your business in there. You could try some door knocking, which is a very powerful method. I know a lot of people that got a lot of business very quickly door knocking and offering their services. I've done videos where I talked about different scripts that you can use when door knocking. I will tell you this before I go on to the next one. One of the biggest things that you're going to want to do is leverage the fact that you've been in the neighborhood, that you've done work for so-and-so down the street, and that you're offering a special deal since you're already here today. So couple different things you need to act on with regards to door knocking, but it's very powerful to get jobs very quickly. And then lastly, you got word of mouth. There's tons and tons of ways you guys can get business and tons of different strategies that I've made videos on my channel. The biggest thing is you want to find a handful of things and you want to execute them day after day after day after day, and you want to be consistent with them, because what gets measured gets improved, and you want to make sure you're measuring where all these leads are coming from, which is something you can do within 𝗥𝗲𝗋. But basically, with regards to your marketing, you want to stay consistent over time. Leverage sweat equity in the beginning to make up for what you don't have in money. Pass out flyers, yard signs, door hangers, whatever you got to do. And then later on, once you start making some money back from jobs, then start reinvesting that money back into paid ads in order to scale your business. And that's going to be the best marketing formula that I can give you in this video.
Step number one of this entire thing is a disclaimer that I made in the last business video like this, and it's understanding that building a creative business is a process. It's not something that happens overnight. This is not a get-rich-quick thing or a get results quick thing. This is something that actionably is going to take a couple months for you to get off the ground, which we'll explain throughout this video. And if you want instant gratification, go on Instagram, buy one of these courses that people are promoting for $1,500, and you will get that feeling, because that is what those people are selling. They're selling you on the feeling of doing something, not the actual action of doing something. And that's not what we're about on this channel or on moderncreativemoney.com. And all the information I'm giving you today is exactly what I would do if I moved to a different city and had to start from day one. I would take each one of these steps, and it would take me probably a month or a couple months to get things off the ground. So that is kind of the step number one, the first disclaimer to this video. But the real step number one of this process is identifying the product that you are selling. All right, if you have a camera, obviously you are doing something with it. But one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they don't identify what exactly are they selling to the world. They just want to do everything. And when it comes to making this, first $1,000 a month, you really just want to focus on one thing that you are doing. Now, realistically, there are three main ways to make money with a camera. The first is clients. The second is products. And the third is social media. When it comes to clients is the easiest way to make money with a camera. The reason it's so easy is because there's little to no barrier to entry. You can just have a camera, know some people, and start saying, hey, I'm doing photo shoots. If anyone needs it, here's my rate. You just can kind of jump into it. And that's the reason why so many creative businesses start in a client-driven environment. That's where I started. That's where most of my friends started. And that's probably where you're going to start as well. Products is a little bit more difficult than clients because there is some barrier to entry. You have to have a little bit of business savvy to get a product-based business off the ground. So the types of products that you can sell as an artist with a camera are things like digital products, presets, LUTs for video, maybe editing tutorials if you're really good at Photoshop. Maybe you're selling like brush packs for Photoshop or something like that. There's a lot of different options out there, transition packs, or maybe you want to sell physical products like prints or photo books. That's what I've done in the past. If you're doing either of these things, the barrier to entry is one, figuring out where to sell them. You have to either build a website, you have to figure out your payment processing, you have to go meet somebody who has a gallery. It's just an extra step. And obviously you got to learn the skills necessary to run some type of internet business. And you also need to understand margins if you're selling physical products. There's just extra steps as opposed to just grabbing a camera, walking out into the world and trying to book clients. The third way to make money with a camera is pretty irrelevant to this video, but I wanted to include it just for the sake of the information being out there, and that is social media. Now, social media is a great way to make money. If you're an influencer, you can get paid for views, you can get paid for subscriptions, you can get paid for sponsorships and working with brands and creating for them. But in my experience, what I've found is most people getting paid from social media are getting paid because they use their social media as a way to promote their product business or their client business, and as their social media grew, those opportunities started to present themselves. Step number 3 is doing the math of your business. So you have your product, you have your customer. How many customers do you need with your product to make $1,000 a month? So let's say you're that family portrait photographer and the package you're planning on selling is $250 for 15 photos, 2 looks, and 2 hours of photos plus the editing time. I feel like that's a pretty good package to start out with. The math on that works out to 4 of these perfect clients every single month to get to $1,000, which seems pretty reasonable, honestly. If you're just putting in a little bit of extra work, even if you have a job or something like that, it doesn't sound too hard to book 4 clients a month at that price point. So that's what you would have to do to get to that $1,000 number. Now, like I said, if you're someone in the product sector of this video, there might be a little bit more math involved in this. If you're selling physical products, like you make prints, maybe your prints cost $25, so you want to make $1,000. So you know if you sell 10 of them at $125, you'll make $1,000 because you got to subtract the 25 off of that. So your profit is 100. 100 times 10 is $1,000. It's still pretty basic math, so I'm sure most of you can figure it out. But once again, products is just a little bit stickier than, you know, just saying, all right, I have 4 $250 photo shoots a month. This is going to be easy. Step number 4 in this process is planning your acquisition of your customers. Now, here's how you do this. It's imperfect, all right? There's no set in stone way to acquire your customers. Every person watching this video is going to have a little bit of a different plan based on all the tools that they have at their disposal. So let's say you're that family portrait example photographer that we've already talked about. If you're one of these people and you already know a bunch of families out there, your strategy for capturing clients might be to do a bunch of free photo shoots for the people that you already know with families and make a deal with them saying, hey, you can get the photos for free. Just promote me on your social media when you post them. Say photos by so-and-so photographer, Evan Ramp Family Photo Business, whatever your handle is, and just promote me so I can start booking clients that way and I can get some social proof that way. But let's say you're someone who maybe only knows one family. You could do that strategy with them, but maybe you need to go on Facebook and start getting into Facebook groups and maybe making posts there, or maybe figuring out a way to promote your services to schools or graduation shoots or something like that. Maybe you need to expand out into an area where your perfect customer hangs out. And that is the easiest way to think about this. That's something that I got from Russell Brunson's book, .com Secrets. Think about where your perfect customer congregates. So if you're someone who is doing car photography, for example, you probably want to go to car meets, car shows. You want to be in the areas where people who care about their cars and maybe are trying to promote their cars would be. And then through that, maybe you can meet people who have car shops. You know, I have a Toyota 4Runner, and I'm sure that there are places who modify 4Runners that need photos for their social media. So maybe you can create connections that way.
I own Streakers Window Cleaning, and it's been my business for a while now, and I've actually helped about 10 other people start their window cleaning business. So here are some basic things you need to know before you start your window cleaning business or side hustle. All this stuff is all you need to start your business. So let's go through it and see kind of how much it all costs. Basically, this right here, you could get for under $100, all right? So the first thing you're gonna need, obviously, is what we call a washer. This is great, it's got a handle, super cheap, $20 to $30, you can get you a good one of these. Probably cheaper than that, but you wanna have a washer, and then you wanna have a squeegee. You see here, I got a 12-inch squeegee. That's what I learned on. It's the easiest one to kind of get going on. Then I graduated up to an 18-inch squeegee. Once again, you're talking relatively cheap. You can get a good one for under $20. And then see, even here, I have this mini washer. You can graduate into different sizes. But all you need to really get started in the window cleaning business is a washer and a squeegee. Now, it's gonna be a lot easier, of course, if you have a bucket. So you can get any kind of bucket. I like this kind of bucket. Instead of like a round Home Depot bucket, this bucket allows you to immerse the entire washer inside. Once you do that, I kind of get it nice and wet. And you're obviously gonna need Dawn dish soap. That is literally our secret. That is all we use to clean windows. I keep this little one on hand all the time, refill it with a big one. I put a dash of soap on there, scrub it up, boom, get going, wash, squeegee, okay? Washer, squeegee, bucket, Dawn dish soap. Another thing that's really gonna help you and probably is a necessity is some kind of scrubber. You can get a scrubber like this on Window Cleaner Resource, or you can get steel wool also on Window Cleaner Resource, but you need to make sure you get steel wool that's 4 zeros. That won't scratch the windows. A good kind of like scrubber, abrasive, that's gonna help you get a lot of the dirt and grime, and then some detailing towels. I'm not kidding you, right here, you could get all this for less than $100. You could start this weekend. So now I wanna give 3 tips on how to even get started once you have some of that equipment. That's probably one of the scariest parts for people, especially if they're going full blown in it as a business, but just, hey, how do I get jobs? First of all, I got my first window cleaning job before I had even purchased equipment. And as soon as I got that job, I went on and I bought the equipment that I needed. But number one, if you're trying to figure out how to get some jobs, look within the network you already have, okay? Whether that's calling your parents' friends, your uncles and aunts and your friends' grandparents, things like that. Look in your circle first. And obviously, we're in the day and age of social media. Just be fully transparent. Hey, I have a job, but I'm trying to make some extra money. I'm gonna start cleaning windows on the weekends. If you need my help, I can help. So you're gonna look at your immediate circle and start branching out from there. You start posting about it on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok. Your close inner circle will start sharing it. They're gonna root for you. Just start spreading it out that way. Number two, how do you charge? Well, in the beginning, you don't really know how, and you're not gonna be very good at it probably, so you're not gonna wanna charge that much. In the beginning, I actually started my business with Christmas lights, and then we moved into window cleaning. So we actually charged $50 an hour for our labor. It was way too little, but I was so excited for people to actually start paying me to do something for them that it didn't matter, right? So maybe you start off and you say, hey, I'm gonna do your windows, I'm gonna do $50 an hour. I promise you a 15 window house is gonna take you about 2 hours to complete, so you're gonna make $100. I guarantee you $50 an hour is probably better than what you're making at whatever job you already have, right? That's why you're looking to get a side hustle. So maybe that's how you start, or maybe per window, you do $6 a window for in and out. Again, that's extremely cheap, but I'm trying to help you figure out how to get started in your side hustle or in your small business. I charge in Oklahoma City $11 to $13 for just your regular window. That's still really cheap in different parts of the country. So a lot of it's gonna have to depend on where you're at. So figure it out, research it, give it a go. There's a ton of other people that's made a lot of YouTube videos, so check that out. Number three, this was really important to me every time I grew my business a little bit, and that is lean into the moments where you're a little bit afraid to say yes, right? I would get some jobs, or I'd bid a job and definitely underbidded it, but the person would say yes, and then I would look at it and I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's 200 windows, or I need to get a ladder for the roof or whatever. And the good news is it forced me to grow. So when you get in the situation where you're saying, hey, I'm reaching into my inner circle, I'm actually getting jobs, I'm actually quoting, I feel like I can even start raising some of my prices. Three, the moment that you feel like, I probably shouldn't say yes to this, or I'm scared to try that. Someone just asked me to do pressure washing, now I'd have to go get a pressure washer. I'd say always lean into yes. In the beginning, yes is your friend. It's gonna stretch you, it's gonna help you grow. And I would say right there, the equipment, those 3 tips, within 2 to 3 months, you're gonna start making some good extra money on the side, and probably even get to the point where you're like, man, maybe I could actually do this as a business.
This guy Byron made $38,711 with this. And you can do this using a free ChatGPT account and a Google Drive account. So let's dive right into how they're doing it. First thing that you need to do is head over to chatgpt.com and create a free account. Then I want you to type in this exact prompt. Write me prompts that I can copy and paste into the Runway ML. Don't worry about what that is, I'll show you what it is later. To generate a batch of 100 images. Give me some good prompts for images if I'm gonna be using the images as t-shirt designs. Now, we're not gonna be selling t-shirts here, don't worry. Just stick with me. This is a much easier business model. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is sign up for an Etsy account. You can just search in Google for Etsy and click on sign in right there, and you can click continue with Google. That's kind of the simplest way to do it. And again, we're not going to be selling homemade crafts or any kind of t-shirts or anything like you normally would sell on Etsy. This is a totally unique Etsy loophole that you probably have never seen before. Now, once you have created the Etsy account, I want you to click right here, get started. And then we're gonna click let's do this, and right here we're just going to click I'm starting to sell for the first time ever. And for this one we're just gonna scroll to the bottom and we're gonna click skip this question. We are going to click on start your shop, and right here we're just gonna put in our language preferences. I'm putting US dollars for mine because I'm in the United States. Then we're gonna name our shop, and I'm just gonna name it Design Elites. You can make up a name for your shop, it really doesn't matter what it's called. And then pretty much your shop is set up and ready to go for this Etsy loophole. Now, you're probably wondering where I'm going with all this. So let me show you some live examples of this loophole in action. And to do this, we're gonna have to do a little spying on some different Etsy shop owners. Now, this is a website here called 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁. And what 𝗥𝗲𝗁 does is it goes through and it pulls data from all the Etsy stores that are out there, and it can actually show you how much they're actually making. And so I just brought up this shop here called 𝗥𝗲𝗋, which is a store doing the exact thing that's this loophole I'm about to teach you. And you can see right here, they made $28,891 on this specific Etsy loophole. Now, if we go over to Etsy and we look at the 𝗥𝗲𝗋 shop that you can see right here, and if you look at one of their items, a lot of their items are all just like this. You can see what they're actually selling is a pack of 300,000 t-shirt designs. Now, they're not actually selling the t-shirts. They're actually just selling a downloadable file that contains thousands and thousands of unique designs that you can put on t-shirts. And the nice thing is we can generate all of these images using AI in just a few minutes. You remember earlier when I had you set up a ChatGPT account? We're gonna go back to that ChatGPT, and remember I had you type in this prompt. And so basically we're gonna use ChatGPT to give us our ideas for the t-shirts. That way you don't even have to come up with the ideas for the t-shirt designs yourself. And you can see it's given me 10 different ideas. And I like this one down here, which is a retro illustration of a classic 60s muscle car. And then I'm gonna go over to this free tool called Leonardo, and I am going to paste that text directly in and have it generate for me the t-shirt design. And you can see right there, it's created us 8 different designs that can be put on t-shirts and included in our t-shirt design pack. So you're just gonna go through and download each one of those by clicking on this little arrow, download image, and then you're gonna click generate again. Now, Leonardo only lets you do 8 at a time. So what I recommend is that you have at least 1,000 different images, whether it's psychedelic images or classic cars or vacation scenes or whatever it is. So as you can probably see, if you're using this tool with Leonardo, it's gonna take quite a long time to generate 1,000 images. Now you can do it this way, where you just keep clicking generate, 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 and making enough images to create a design pack. Now, probably what you're gonna need to do is spend a few days creating these images, because like I said before, you wanna have 1,000 or more images all together in one folder to make these packs really valuable. And the people that I showed you earlier that are making tens of thousands of dollars with this all have thousands of images in their downloadable files that they are selling, and that's what makes it really valuable. Now, some of the main people that are buying this are people that actually sell t-shirts, so they don't have time to create all the designs. They're just looking for a quick way to get a large number of designs so they can have as many different types of t-shirts as possible. So you're actually selling them the designs to save them time, and they might not even know this trick about ChatGPT and all that. Once you have created all of your images, now it's time to upload them to Google Drive. And the reason why Google Drive is so important is it can store all these images for you online, and it'll make it really easy for you to deliver these images to your customers without you having to email each one of them individually or anything like that. It's all gonna be done through Google Drive, and I'll show you how to do it. Now, I'm assuming you've spent the time to create over 1,000 awesome t-shirt designs, and they're sitting on your computer. And then all you do is you click New right here, and you click on Folder Upload. And then you go to your hard drive, and you can see right here, I've got all my designs in this folder called T-shirt designs. You can see right there, it's 2.5 gigs. So it's a very, very large file because there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of images in that T-shirt designs folder. And we're gonna just click on that, and it's gonna say upload, blah, 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 1,000 files to this site, and yes. And now you can see down there, it's uploading the entire folder to my Google Drive so that I can easily deliver this entire folder digitally to my customers. And I'll show you how to do that right here. The next thing you want to do is click on New, Click on Google Docs, and we're gonna create a brand new Google Doc. It looks something like what I'm showing you right here. And you can see here, it says, thank you for shopping with Design Elites. Remember, that was the name of the store that I created in the beginning of this video. Now what this is actually gonna be a document that we're gonna send to all of our customers. And the reason why is Etsy won't allow us to upload an entire giant file to their site. We have to actually first create a small little file with our download link in it. And it's all gonna make sense in just a second. So you're gonna create a Google Doc just like I showed you, that, and you can use this exact text. Thank you for shopping with, and then insert your store name. You'll be directed to your files by clicking the link below, files purchased, and then the words click here to access your file. And then we're gonna go over to our Google Drive. Remember, we uploaded all of those images into Google Drive. And so you just go in your Google Drive, you go directly to the folder that you uploaded, just like I'm showing right here, and you click share, and then you click the word share again. And then right here, you want to change it from restricted to anyone with the link. So that way, anyone who has this exact link can download this file. Then we click copy link right there. And then we are done. And then we're gonna, right here, we're gonna highlight this text, and we're going to actually paste then the link that we just made into this little box. Click apply. And now, if anyone clicks on that, it's going to go directly to that giant folder on Google Drive that contains all the images that we created. Now we're going to click download, and we're going to click PDF. So we're going to export this as a PDF because that's kind of the easiest kind of a document that everyone can open. And you can see here's the PDF. And if you click on that link, it's going to go directly to our Google Drive folder with all of our designs in it.
People are making thousands of dollars each month in passive income by selling blank books on Amazon.
I received $4,333 in royalties.
I am generating a decent income every single month.
That is doing $78,000 a month on Amazon KDP.
But is this too good to be true? Today, I want to put this to the test by making and selling my own low content book. And I'm setting myself 3 rules. 1, I'm not allowed to write a single sentence in the book. 2, I have to do it all from my laptop. And 3, I need to finish it in less than an hour. The first thing on my plan is to find an easy to use software. So I'm just going to log into 𝗥𝗲𝗀, as it appears to be the most straightforward for someone like me with no computer design skills. There are lots of different low content books, such as notebooks, journals and diaries. But instead of just guessing, I'm going to use 𝗥𝗏𝗀's research tab to find out what's actually popular. After searching products and keywords, it seems like planners sell very well. This should do well all year round, as it isn't seasonal like a 2023 New Year's planner, for example, and won't become outdated. Next, let's make the cover. I'm going to name my project Daily Planner to keep it simple. I'm going to use standard 6x9 paperback size and keep the bleed option on for the best result. Since it's a yearly planner, I'll make it 365 pages long. As you can see, we've got 2 sides. The right hand side is the front cover and the left hand side is the back. Now we've got to add some personality to this front cover. If you're doing this as well, make sure to avoid copyrighted photos, as you aren't allowed to legally use these. By clicking on this picture icon, it actually brings up 𝗥𝗲𝗍, which has thousands of copyright and royalty free images that we can use on our cover. I'll be honest, instead of using a fancy photo, I feel like going for a black, minimalistic feel with my journal. So I'm going to drag this dark background to fit the cover. I'm even going to expand it over the edges a bit to make sure it prints correctly, because the last thing we want is a load of refunds. I'll write my heading, and I think it could do a bit of imagery to bring it to life. Let's see what we can find on 𝗥𝗲𝗍. Oh, this is quite nice. Let's drag this in and see how it looks. I'm sure you could probably make it look nicer, but as I said, computer design isn't my strong suit. At least you know if this sells, then yours will probably do better. Now we're on to the inside. So if I click on this icon and select #planner, It gives me a lot of different template options for the inside of the book. This means I don't have to write a single sentence. You can create as many pages as you wish, have every page the same, every page unique, whatever you want. But as my book is a planner, I need something designed in a way for people to lay out their schedule and goals. There are so many different options in here, but I'm settling on this one and adding it to all pages, as I like how it allows you to plan your day down to the hour. I've obviously whipped this up fairly quickly, but with some proper planning and time, you could create a real masterpiece. The moment has finally arrived to export my book and get it live on Amazon KDP. This is where all the magic happens. It's free to sign up to, and most importantly, you don't have to make a minimum amount of sales to get paid. The money starts rolling in monthly, 60 days after the month in which you make your first sale. I'm going to go back to 𝗥𝗲𝗶 and select download current project CMYK. This splits the book into two different files, one for the interior and one for the cover. We'll need both of these later on. Next, I just need to go back to Amazon, which will only print my book when someone orders it, meaning I don't lose any money if it doesn't sell. I'm just going to hit create, select paperback, and fill out all the necessary details. And you know what's really cool? I get to list myself as an author. I mean, I bet my teachers wouldn't believe it, as I'm the most dyslexic person there is. Well, they probably would believe it looking at my cover design and the lack of content in the book. I also need to write a title. I'm going to call it Strike It Big Daily Productivity Planner, because those are some of the keywords that seem to be working. For the description, I'm going to do the same and search on Amazon to see what's working on the most popular ones and add something similar. Now we've got to talk about the main reason people don't get sales, and from my research this seems to be that they don't use tags correctly. I can go to keywords and search for daily planners and see exactly what is being searched for most on Amazon and Google. You can use up to 7 tags, so I'm going to make sure to pick the ones with the high search volume. So it's a couple of weeks later and I've got some good news. We've made some sales. The book took around 72 hours to be approved, but for the first 3 days we made 0 sales. I actually thought after going through all of this I was going to have to tell you not to bother, but something crazy happened on the 4th day. We made our first sale. I've made millions of dollars from my businesses, but honestly, making my first book sale, it felt brilliant. At the moment, we're sitting at 10 books sold, bringing in a total of $149.90.
There is a super lazy side hustle, right, where adults and teenagers are earning over $224,000 per year, and it's free to start even if you are broke. First, they come to TikTok or to Instagram and they find a clever viral video that is already popular. Then, using a webcam or their phone, they record themselves watching the video. And then, using free web-based tools, they place their video in 1/3 of the screen and the viral clip above or below it to create a new video, which they then re-upload to YouTube. Seriously, it's got to be one of the laziest side hustles that I've ever seen. So much so that it's actually kind of controversial with just how lazy it truly is. But if you're curious, I'm going to show you how they create these videos step by step for free. And we'll start out by discussing how to use ChatGPT to quickly find viral videos to react to. So yes, to be able to do this, we need to find a funny or cute viral video to watch and react to. Now, previously in the past, finding these sorts of videos might have actually been the hardest part. But now we can use ChatGPT or another type of free AI chatbot and just tell it what we're trying to do and ask it to brainstorm ideas for us. So for me, I thought that the weird food combination idea was interesting after I asked ChatGPT to narrow down its suggestions even more. And then next on my phone, I did a search on TikTok for weird food combinations, and then I clicked the 3-dot button to filter the search results, and I chose to order the videos based on the number of likes, and now TikTok is listing the most viral videos first in descending order, which of course is super helpful for us. And then you can go ahead and film yourself watching the video. Since, yes, these are not faceless YouTube channels. Nope, because the trick here is that by including their face and reactions, YouTubers are able to monetize and make money from viral videos, as they are now creating a new type of video, a reaction video. So yes, you do actually need to be on camera for this. Now, obviously, if you have a nice camera, you can use that to film yourself, but seriously, you don't need one at all. This is another teenage YouTuber, 𝗥𝗲𝗋, who makes these videos. This video where he watched a funny Minecraft clip has had over 80 million views, and look at the video quality. That is literally just his webcam. So then, let's now use free tools to edit together our viral video for YouTube. And to do that, I'm going to use this free web-based browser app, CapCut. You could also choose to just use the mobile app if you prefer to edit on a mobile device, or if you don't have a laptop or a computer and you only have a phone or a tablet. Either way, once you've signed in for free, just click Create New and select the 9:16 video. And then upload your copy of the viral video and upload your reaction clip to the viral video. Then take your reaction clip and drag and drop it onto the video timeline, and then drag and drop your video clip to be at the top or at the bottom of the video screen. And then next, take the viral video clip and then drag and drop this onto the video too. Currently though, as you can see, our viral video is now on top of our reaction clip. So we need to make a few tweaks. And to do those tweaks, come and click on the crop button. This will open the cropping tool. You can drag the edges of the video to trim off the top and bottom of the clip to make it roughly 2/3 of what the original video was. Now the viral video and your video clip will both be able to sit on screen together. Next, if your viral video clip has any copyrighted music, you're going to need to silence it. Because if you don't silence your video clip, you could very easily get a copyright strike, and then you will make no ad money from your video. And so silencing a video clip like this is easy. Just click the sound icon on the timeline of your viral video. And so now what we want to do is we want to go through and make sure that our viral video clip length and our reaction video clip length match up. So to do that, find on the timeline your reaction clip where you want the video to start and place your marker there. Next, click the split button. This will remove the section of the video that you don't want from the video that you do want to keep. Then select that clip and click delete to remove it. Then come to the end of your clip and click it and then drag it to match the length of your viral video. And now your viral reaction clip matches perfectly with the viral video. You can also use CapCut's tools to add in any special effects or text effects that you want. For example, you can see that Surfin' Boy will credit the TikTok or Instagram handle of the creator whose videos that he's watching in his shorts. And doing that is easy. Just click on text and click to add a heading text box and then type in the handle of the creator. Then in the text options, click on background and then choose a background color for the text box. And then you can drag and drop it onto the video to sit where you want it to. And then you can come to the timeline and click and drag the text box timeline so that it matches with the rest of the video. And that's it. We now have our own video to upload to YouTube.